sumptuous day. Oh, no, on this earth, I believe you say...
Good morning.
Good morning. And it is, isn't it? I mean...
Sumptuous day, everyone. We're talking about the latest version of Sketchy Wells, Killer Frost, a little Julian Albert, and what is going on with Miss Martian on Supergirl. It's time for Flash Chat. We learned a lot about the backgrounds of all the characters this week on both Supergirl and The Flash, and we have some interesting characters with us today. You may recognize them from previous Flash Chats. We have got Just Josh, Kay Farmer, and Kat Samaraki. Kat, tell us what you do here at the station. You are my coworker.
My job title is Master Control Operator. I basically make sure we stay up, don't go black on air.
Yep, that's mildly
basically
important.
to keep it simple.
Just a little bit of importance here at the station. Yeah, she does some really great work, and we're glad to have you. And Kay has been on before. She is like the resident film buff. So what are like some of the best movies you've seen recently?
Recently, I mean, definitely Doctor Strange, as I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
Really great movie.
Do you recommend people go see that one?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
And definitely in 3D or IMAX. Like, that's just the way to go.
You got to do that. Yeah, put on the glasses and go. What are some other ones that you liked and maybe that people haven't thought to go see?
There is a new movie, the name, something about like space between us. It's about this kid who's like, his mom was an astronaut. He goes into space and he's born there and now he's coming back to Earth.
Interesting.
So it's kind of a different movie. Not many people have heard about it,
yeah.
but I think it's a really cool
You know
movie.
what it reminds me of? The 100, kinda.
Yeah. In a way, yeah.
In a way, a little bit. Probably not at all, but a little bit. Cool. This is Just Josh. I'm Just Josh. No relation. But Josh is a street teamer, but he also does a lot with conventions. What have you been doing lately?
Let's see. We've been working on the campaign, and I really don't want to bring politics into it, but Linda Carter for president, folks, right here. You can see her on Supergirl. Let's see. Coming up, I'm going to be hanging out with Miss Patty Spivot in 2 weeks.
Yes.
Yeah, excited about that. We're going to be doing a show in Chicago.
Oh, and you said, do you have some other ones in the works that you can talk about?
Well, let's see what I can talk about. Yes, we have one called Genesis that's coming up in March for all of our Gossip Girl, Gilmore Girl fans, 90210 fans. So we have that coming up, and we have some more One Tree Hill shows in the works as well.
Oh, we know some people who would be very interested in the One Tree Hill shows. Yes, yes. Josh does so many conventions. You can find him on Twitter at JustJoshHey with 2 Y's if you want to learn some more. And we want to give a special shout out to Lance Osfrisser and the Flash Facts discussion. I can't even say this. Flash Facts discussion group on Facebook and all the administrators there. I think they have over 18,000 people now. It's crazy. This group has exploded. Anything you want to know about the Flash, anything you don't want to know about the Flash is on this group. It's huge. And this week's episode was huge, and we learned a lot about all the different characters that we didn't know. And specifically our one new friend, H.R. Wells, who, sumptuous day, everyone.
Sumptuous day.
Earth 19, a little weird. I think they're out of coffee.
I get it.
You get it? You get it?
Yeah, I guess in a weird way, I get it.
Who would want to live on Earth 19? Anyone?
I wouldn't mind it, actually.
Like
It's all, they're all seem to be like in a good mood like all the time and whatnot.
Except
so
for that war.
It would bring up the vibes and whatnot. So
yeah.
and I don't drink coffee, so that doesn't bother
There
me.
you go. Perfect. There you go. That works. He's kind of, as we've learned, like the Milli Vanilli of Earth 19. Like he apparently is the front man for, I guess, what would be the equivalent of Star Labs there, but doesn't have the brains, which is strange to see a Wells who's not so smart, but I love Tom Cavanaugh. Raise your hand if this is one of your favorite Tom Cavanaugh characters on the show so far. It's so much fun that he gets to be all the different characters. So he said, there's a couple things I want to ask you guys. He said he has a partner back on Earth 19. Any thoughts on who that was that curious to you? Did you think like, I wonder if, I mean, they don't say anything on the show.
I thought of 2 people immediately when I said it, and I was because he was like the person was smarter than him.
Yeah.
So I was like, is it Cisco? I'm like, or could it be his daughter? Like, it depends.
That's true.
I immediately I thought that'd be really cool if they brought one of them.
It would be. So, but why wouldn't he recognize Cisco, or does he?
Maybe he does. I like this version because like, no matter which version of Wells and Cisco we get, there's always banter.
Yes,
you know?
exactly.
It's endless. That's one of the things that I love about
Yes, I didn't even think about that. So is that a red flag maybe that he doesn't recognize anyone? Even though those are, I guess, supposed to be kind of the Star Labs people.
I mean, theoretically, from the other Earths we've been through, they've at least had some kind of contact with each other. So, I mean, I like his character. I think he's really fun, but I'm a bit wary of him. So.
Yes, yes. So, okay, raise your hand if you're still leery of this, Wells. Oh, yeah. And then, like, Tom Cavanaugh's always having to play a character that's two-faced, really. And so this guy it seems it's not that easy that we would already know his secret. And I think even the recording that Cisco was able to hear off his pen recorder, which Josh has like a very similar pen going on right now. But so what he was able to hear off the pen recorder, Josh is secretly from Earth 19, is
no
that
copy.
that wasn't the shadiest part of what he was recording.
No.
For sure. So while he may be some kind of investigator or something, I think he's here for a reason.
But my thing is like, why is he recording? Like, it can't be just for a book.
Right, yes.
There's got to be a reason behind that front story.
Yeah. Now, do you think he's tied into alchemy at all?
That's a good point.
Split.
I've never put those two together. I personally don't think so, but I've been wrong before.
You know what? It's one of those things with the show. They set up they leave a lot of crumbs.
They do.
And then I honestly think we were talking about this. I think in the last Flash chat. They probably do this, and then I bet you the writers aren't even 100% sure yet on like who will be what and where. So they keep it very, very vague, and in hopes we'll figure it out. But another character that we got to see and learn the backstory of this episode was Caitlin Snow. So we got to meet her mom, and it explains a lot about what did you say?
I said now we know why she's Killer Frost, because Mama Frost, as we like to call her.
She's
very cold.
Icy personality. And so we're learning with Killer Frost that she cannot really control these powers. Now, what do you guys think? It kind of seems like with stress and fear brings it out of her. Did you pick up on that?
And anger, I feel like.
And anger, yeah. And
just general emotions, really, because like when she got frustrated and whatnot, like any amount of change in emotion. And then obviously going back and talking to her mom, that triggered a lot of things and it made it worse.
Yeah, exactly. And definitely I don't think anything's fully repaired with her mom yet. And it was interesting to learn kind of Caitlin's backstory. I don't think we really knew anything but that she didn't really like her mom.
Well, I think they've mentioned before, like when we had the other Killer Frost come in, about her parents and the fact that her father was dead. So we knew that there was that, but other than that, we didn't know much more.
We don't know. So we are probably going to see Killer Frost come to fruition. But actually, episode 7, that'll be in 3 weeks, I believe, is called Killer Frost. That's directed by Kevin Smith. Do you think it'll be the same iteration of the one we saw on Earth 2, or do you think it'll be a kind of a different version?
I hope it's different.
Yeah.
I think it'll be different because it's not just like an evil Killer Frost. We have Caitlin Snow who's becoming Killer Frost here. So she's kind of manifesting a little bit.
But is she really becoming Killer Frost, or is she just becoming Frost? Because she hasn't killed anyone yet.
But she was close, though. And that was the scary part, is when she grabbed that guy's arm, and you can see right here, she's about to grab the lab guy's arm, and her mom is saying, "You're not a killer." I mean, if no one came in and intervened, she was
Makes you
going
wonder.
full crazy, I think. It's a little scary, so I'm kind of curious to see how that culminates.
Well, I mean, she's got so much sadness and whatnot behind her, so she's trying to get through all that. I mean, her husband died. She's had so many deaths around her that she's just it's now her time to get through it all.
Also, not to mention, it's just kind of a stressful environment that they work in. That's just saving the day every day and having to be super smart and learn about metahumans. We got to give them credit. I could see them all breaking into a evil character. And one character in the show that seems to be not so nice, and we know him as the not so nice Draco Malfoy, is Julian Elbert. What did you guys think about him, learning about his backstory this week?
Well, I think that I've always thought, wait, he's going to be a jerk, and then this time, we see, him with the kid. It's kind of like an eye-opening, kind of like, well, maybe he's not so bad.
Yeah, like kind of like Todd and Copper, the best of friends. Fox and the Hound. Like, do you believe that Barry and him have kind of buried the hatchet and will be really friends now going forward?
I think they've dug the hole to bury it, but I don't think they've buried it yet.
No.
Yeah, that's a good point. I am curious if his jealousy of not being a metahuman will turn into something greater. Now, in the comics, Desmond Elbert splits into Dr. Alchemy, or becomes Dr. Alchemy. This is like ultimate personality. So, and his name is Julian Elbert in the show. And we've said this on Flash Chat before. What do you think?
I mean, today I was watching it again and I wrote down, I was like, Julian, Arrow, Alchemy, Arrow, bipolar. Maybe he doesn't realize like what's going on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you might find out later that he might be a metahuman because it took Caitlin forever to figure out where and how her powers came out.
Right.
So we don't know, because this is now so far into the season and whatnot, but it's taken her so long to figure out that she actually has powers.
Yeah.
So the same thing might come out with
him.
Oh yeah, definitely, because Jesse was delayed too, so
yeah,
makes sense.
True, and also now that we have this alchemy with the Philosopher's Stone, which is so many Harry Potter, and then HR was holding the drumstick like a wand the whole time. To me, it was like so Harry Potter, and Barry is Harry.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
This is basically like the Flash / Harry Potter.
Flash Potter. Yeah, Flash at Hogwarts. But yeah, so we see that there's Dr. Alchemy, and he can kind of give people powers through this Philosopher's Stone. If Julian Elbert figures this out, if he's maybe figuring it out right now, we don't know what he does when he goes home. We don't know him, but you could want powers, and if he wants them bad enough, as we're about to see in the trailer for next week, Wally wants the powers bad enough, and he's getting the dreams that Magenta got. So could go there. So do you guys feel like he's somehow related to alchemy?
I do.
You do?
it's possible, yeah.
Possible. Well, everybody's kind of leaning towards it, which usually means in the show that he won't be. We'll never know. But go ahead and take a look at the trailer, and it's actually not for next week, it's for 2 weeks from now. Because next week is a repeat for election night.
He's been having dreams about being a speedster.
Memories of that life.
It's okay to be scared, Wally. I am.
All Wally wants to do is help people.
Now you're getting powers.
The time has come. He's in my head.
Wally was possessed.
It's all because I created Flashpoint.
You have no idea what's about to begin. The Flash, all new Tuesday, November 15th on the CW.
That voice, Tobin Bell's voice, is so creepy still.
That music was so creepy.
Yes.
Just like,
Yeah. So, okay, Wally getting power. What do you guys think is going to happen here with him getting powers? Good, bad, stay, go?
It's going to start out bad, I think, because
Yeah.
he's not going to know how to handle it.
Yeah. And he's
I
gonna,
mean, his intentions might be good,
Yeah.
He might
but he doesn't know how to control it. And he has people that can help him explain, but if you tell someone something, they're going to do the complete opposite thing.
True.
Very
And if alchemy's in his mind, I mean, he doesn't seem to be using the powers for good. These are kind of like his pawns or his henchmen in a way. So, and the show, usually it's a short-lived thing. Yeah. Usually by the next episode, Wally will be back. But I kind of want to see him have speed, you know? He's a great character, yeah. And we got to see in Supergirl this week, Alien Fight Club, and that was a lot of fun. They introduced this character, Roulette, who kind of looked a little like Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. She was pretty intense. Alien Fight Club, and then we got to learn a little bit more of Mon-El. And Mon-El is from Daxam, it kind of seemed like a planet of bros, so they apparently, he was part of the King's Guard, and that is how he escaped through an act of kindness. But I kind of like him being put into the mix in this show. Do you think his character is gonna kind of reach the level of being like part of the team Supergirl and helping out, or do you think he'll be kind of like an antagonist?
That's a tough one. I would like to see him become a hero. I do see the antagonist theory, but I also kind of wonder, there's some tension in the air.
There is.
I wonder if that's going to turn into like a love interest for Kara.
And they can have a little super kids someday?
That was my
Yeah,
first
so-
thought when I first saw him on it. I was like, "Ew, now she's gonna have a boyfriend."
Yeah.
I'm like, yay.
Yes.
Because there's, you know, if you think about it, they both have so much in common. You
They
know, 'cause
do.
she knows what it's like to be, well, of course she had Clark, but she still knows what it's like to be on a planet.
Yeah, and
have
there's
powers.
like that Romeo and Juliet story from different worlds of Earth and land and wherever they're from. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I'm curious to see. The character's kind of funny. I like him in addition to because there's pretty much besides Supergirl and Winn, everybody is a little serious on the show. So it's fun to have more of a like fish out of water character on the show, and apparently they're gonna give him a name soon, like a Supergirl type name. So I wonder if that'll be something with Cisco helps out, or but I'd like to. What do you want him to be named? Do you want him to be like Superboy or
Not Superboy.
Not super, no, not super.
Like, he could be super hottie, but super
Yachty K wants Super Hottie?
Super hottie.
Yes, well, I think it's going to be fun to see where he goes. And then, of course, the big twist at the end was that Miss Martian is actually a white Martian, which is true to the comics. But, you know, it's if you haven't read the comics, that was quite the twist. So the whole superhero fight club scene where it seems like she really does. What did you think? Does she want to be friends with John Jones and want to be a Green Martian, or does she have some other dark hidden agenda?
That's a tough one for me. I was excited because I was like, great, you know, he's not the only Green Martian, and then we saw that wasn't.
Yeah.
I was hoping for, again, sorry for the love interest, but
Martian babies.
I was hoping for a love interest there for Hank Henshaw because he's so such a good character. But I don't know. What do you?
I mean, when she basically had him kidnapped, I was just like, no, you're bad. And then I was like, well, she's fighting it. So I feel like a part of her maybe does want to be his friend. But at the same time, you can't be, I mean, you can, but it started with a lie. So it's going to be hard to kind of come back from that and admit who she really is.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those things like, does she, like this poor thing, look at her as a white Martian. I would definitely pick the green one over the white one, looking in the mirror. But, you know, does she not want to be? I guess the white Martians are considered bad, and they destroyed Mars or the Martians. So maybe she really just doesn't want to align herself with that. I'm curious to see what they do with that character. And then one question I had that maybe you picked up on is Lena Luthor. When Kara went to go and find out where the Alien Fight Club was, she said something shady. Did you guys pick it up? It was something, you know, it was something along the lines of like, I know you'll help me someday.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, the minute she said that, I was like, she's going to want something, and it's not going to be good.
Yeah, so my question is, will Lena Luthor go bad in this show? Are the Luthors destined to always just be the evil family?
I mean, I missed the episode, but from what it sounds like, she is trying to be good, but I don't, because it's in her blood and whatnot, because of just the way the creatures were, that I think she might try to be good, but it just ends up just being made a horrible mess.
Maybe, yeah. What do you guys think?
It was technically not in her blood because she's adopted.
Yeah, she's adopted.
But, I mean, you could still say nature versus nurture.
True.
But
Very true.
I do think that she's trying her best, like, to be a quote-unquote good person. But, I mean, Supergirl is going to need an antagonist soon. So.
I think, and then she knows that, like, she's helped her out. Now she owes her one, kind of thing.
I wonder every episode, because I live tweet on Supergirl. I'm like, is this the week that she's going to go bad? You know? So.
Yeah, if you ever wonder who's live tweeting for WCCB Charlotte's Twitter, Josh does Supergirl. You do another one too?
I did do Legends of Tomorrow, but now I'm Supergirl.
So Supergirl, this is our Supergirl live tweeter. So now you know in the flesh. Take a look, Supergirl is on a new episode next week. So take a look at the trailer for next week.
What's your name?
Mike, welcome to Catco. Kind of expected someone a little more intimidating.
I gotta admit, I'm a little jealous of him.
He's got a lot to learn.
I think I might have more powers on Earth than we realized.
My whole life, I've been a sidekick. My best friends wear capes, and they're heroes, and they save people.
You're gonna get yourself killed.
Lights out, Supergirl.
Supergirl.
I gotta say, like Warby Parker or Lens Crafters needs to get in on the change your whole image because they're like, slap some glasses on Mon-El and no one knows.
Yeah, nobody knows.
Yeah, like okay. I think it's so funny, and I like the idea. Like maybe if you take off your glasses,
you don't know who I am.
who is she? No, it's a superhero.
Oh my goodness.
I know it's the canary. We don't know. So yeah, it looks like there's going to be a little bit of tension between maybe like Jimmy and Kara. Like I'm just curious to see what happens there. But the show's been a lot of fun. Have you noticed a change in tone at all since it's become on the CW?
Yeah. There has been. I do miss Kat. I miss Kat. I think, and I know we'll see more of her in the future. But you know, her relationship with Kara was really that. But we have Snapper. Love Snapper. You know. There's so many, like every time I live tweet, I'm like, oh gosh, I gotta write that down. That's funny, but, you know.
I know. I can't wait for the moment where he softens up towards her, you know, because you know it'll happen at some point. But I do miss Kat. But she's home with Han, so poor Kat.
I'd be happy with Han Solo, you know. All right, I'll come back later,
Josh
guys.
is gonna go find her, actually. We have some fun events coming up with our CW Street Team, which Josh is a part of. If you would like to come out and see us, first of all, again, we'd like to encourage you to vote for
Linda Carter.
Linda Carter for president. Our campaign going strong.
Right there.
Remember, next Tuesday, while the Flash isn't on, you can go be writing in Linda Carter.
Or on November 20th.
Yes, yes, do it then, yes. And then we are doing with Concord Mills, Santa is arriving next Friday because 'tis the season already. Halloween just ended, and it is time for Christmas. So Santa will be arriving, the CW Street Team will be there. 6 o'clock is when Santa arrives, and maybe some super friends that you just recognize from the CW. So if you want to go get your picture, take your child to go get your picture, go on up to Concord Mills, 6 o'clock next Friday. Also, if you'd like to meet our CW cosplayers, they do a great job. Check them out right there. We're in the Panthers lairs all the time. So any home game, the next one is next Sunday, not this coming one, the one after. So after you meet Santa, go and meet Sir Purr and the cosplayers at our CW tent in the Panthers lair, which is on Mint and Moorhead if you are local to Charlotte. And you can get a picture with them. Find it on WCCBCharlotte.com. I'd like to thank all our guests for being here today. And what did they say, Josh? What did he say? What did Sketchy Will say?
In the words of HR, until next communion, which means see you later.
Until next communion. See you later. Bye, everyone.